You've seen the big plays.
Jaron stepping to his right, looking, stopping, firing, end zone, touchdown!
You've heard what the playmakers and coaches have had to say.
Up press, Rhys, got it!
But now it's time to go behind the mic with BYU sports broadcasters to get their distinctive take on the games.
Oh, what an aggressive play!
This is Behind the Mic with host Cleon Wall.
We are here to bring you unique insights and stories from the BYU sports broadcasters who cover the Cougars and from the Cougars themselves. Fellow broadcaster Jason Shepard interviewed a lot of people down at Big 12 Media Days. You can hear the interviews with Kalani Sitake and the BYU contingent on the Cougar Tailgate podcast with Lauren McLean. But Jason talked to plenty of other players from every Big 12 team. So we wanted to share some of those interviews, and we wanted to focus on the teams the Cougars will play this fall. We start with Kansas since that's who the boys in blue will play in their conference opener on September 23rd. Jayhawks safety Kenny Logan was an all-conference honorable mention at the end of last season, but Phil Steele predicts he will be a first-teamer this year, while Athlon Magazine thinks he will be a third-teamer. Number one on the KU roster sat down with Jason to talk defense.
I have been looking forward to talking with somebody from KU because this is going to be BYU's first ever Big 12 game. Coming to Lawrence, explain to Cougar fans what a football game in Lawrence is like.
Just a family environment. It's a lot of excitement around of it, built up on Saturdays. You know, you got your fans tailgating. It's going to be a great experience for y'all coming in and then us at home. Just getting the chance to play somebody new, getting a chance to play a different team. So it's always exciting coming down to Lawrence.
What did last year do for you guys? I know that you ended up under 500, but the situation was you guys grasped everybody's attention with the way you guys started the season, and everyone can see that the program is trending in the right direction. What did last year mean for you guys as a team?
Just for the little things like showing guys that it's possible, it can happen. So just seeing the big strides we took last year, we're just trying to continue to build on those and just trying to improve, really. We just focus on really the day-to-day commitment to getting better, and then that's just going to lead to everything else down the season.
What areas do you feel you are the most ready to take a jump at? What areas do you see the most improvement or expect the most improvement?
I would say from the defensive side, I feel like we added some pieces, some new guys came in, so just being able for everybody in the back seven to come back and then just adding different keys up front is going to help us this year be stronger.
What does that mean for you guys? You guys have guys coming back. I mean, to be able to have guys that you've kind of gone to war with and you know exactly how they play, that's got to build confidence to be able to build off something like that.
Yes, sir. Confidence is the best thing you can have playing this game. So just being able to feel comfortable with the guys out there next to you that know they've been in battle, they're battle tested. It's always a great feeling to go out there. And then just the new pieces when they come in, just helping them get used to and accustomed to how we do things is great.
You guys got some new jerseys, some new uniforms.
Yes,
what do you think?
Yes, sir. I love them. They're pretty exciting to see. Nice, clean, smooth, and simple. So I like it.
Okay, so one of the storylines for this year is obviously, we already touched on the BYU's coming to Lawrence to take on KU, but you have the addition of the 4 new schools, and you have the 2 schools that will be on their way out after this year. A lot of storylines within the conference this year. What's your take on this conference this season?
I would say just like last year and then this year, you added more teams that's going to make the conference stronger. I'm excited to compete against everybody. I feel like we have one of the top tier conferences in America. So we go to bat. It's a dog fight every week. You're going down and seeing somebody in the Big 12. So I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit.
Yes, sir.
What do you know about BYU? Whether it's anything about the program, former players, alumni, what do you know about the Cougars?
I don't really know too much. I know they're a pretty physical team. I know that.
Okay, so you know, guy like obviously Zach Wilson in New York. Zach Wilson, and this year, BYU had another quarterback taken in Jaron Hall with the Vikings. Mm-hmm. Steve Young is one of the greatest alumni. Yeah. So I'm going to assume probably never been to the state of Utah.
No.
Ever seen mountains or snow?
I've seen snow, Kansas. But
well,
no
yeah,
mountains.
that's right.
No mountains.
No mountains. That's right. So just last thing for you, and let's stay on the defensive side. What gets you excited about this defense?
Just the guys we have. Like, we have a lot of swagger, and then we're very competitive and aggressive. So I would just say those 3 things right there, they excite me the most because I know everybody out there going to be flying around and having energy just like me.
Appreciate the time. Good
Yes,
luck.
sir. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Last season, KU ranked 127th out of 131 teams in total defense. Linebacker Rich Miller was part of that defense that struggled last season. He had 94 tackles in 13 games for the Jayhawks. Now he's preparing for his senior season. Here's his conversation with Jason.
All right, talking defense again. Let's start here, and I'll ask you the same question that I've asked some of your defensive teammates. What gets you excited about this defense heading into this year?
What gets me excited is we got back the whole back 7. The whole back 7 is coming back. Everyone who started, everyone's coming back. We added a few new additions. And the D-line, we had a lot of new additions on the D-line. So I think that's the biggest thing. And, like, just how we coming together right now, you know, everybody is understanding the defense as a whole. Even the D-linemen know, like, what coverage is behind them. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's really what makes me excited. Like, I get excited knowing that everybody knows exactly what they're doing at all times, so now we can play off each other.
Well, and it also helps, I would imagine, that you don't have to think as much.
Oh, yeah,
because it's all just reactionary. You just go out and play football, right?
Yeah, that's why I said it makes me the most excited. They know because, like, now you don't have to think about what you're supposed to do or what someone else may be doing. You already know. You have nothing to think about. Now it's just you and the dude in front of you, and you can do whatever you want to do now.
All right, give me the scouting report on the Jayhawk offense. You get to see this offense, obviously, quarterback, preseason offensive player of the year. So tell me about the KU offense that you have to face.
They make us better every day. The scouting report will be, hey, you better know what you're doing, and you better do it to the best of your ability. Like, I don't know, man. It's something crazy every day, and I think they make us better because no matter what, they won't ever be the same. So you have to be ready for, like, everything to be all types of different, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like you're going against another team, it may not be that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could be, but even if it is that way, we already prepared for it because we go against our offense every day. So they're going to throw a lot at you, and you better be ready.
So obviously this is your senior year. You've been in this conference a while. Yeah. Obviously KU's been in the conference forever. BYU is new to the conference. Mm-hmm. What do Cougar fans need to know about Big 12 football?
They need to know that it gets a little rowdy. It gets a little rowdy in Big 12 football, and I'm pretty sure BYU does too. I watched a few of those games, but it definitely gets rowdy. The games are going to be live, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. You know, people are going to fly around. You're going to always play a good team. You know, you're not going to play a bad team. It could say that their record is a bad team, but you will never play a bad team. Like, I think from top to bottom, it's going to always be competition. So,
what do you know about the Cougars? And I mean, you can take that any way you want, whether you know anything about the current team or just in general. What do you think of when you think of BYU? What do you know about the Cougars?
So actually, just growing up, my dad always just told me how like we just watch them, and I thought I used to get a mix up with Penn State just because the colors or whatever. Right. I used to get a mix up with Penn State. And then he used to tell me like yeah, that's a good school to go to or whatever. You gonna be disciplined there or something like that, or I don't know. And I heard the city or like wherever they're at is really nice. Yeah, it's really nice.
Right at the foot of the mountains.
Yeah. The stadium got the mountains in the background. Yeah. So I mean, that's all I really know. Yeah. I don't really know too much, but they look like there's some good players for sure.
Well, now you're not going to get a chance to come to Provo because BYU comes to Lawrence this year.
Man.
Very first Big 12 game. What is a game day like in Lawrence, especially last year where everything sort of got re-energized, the fan base got excited, you guys played well. Yeah. What's game day like?
I'm going to take you through one of the best games.
Okay.
So TCU, college game days there, we have a hill. Like if you're on our stadium, you look towards the scoreboard, there's a big hill behind it. The hill was full of fans. Like, we sold the game out. The hill was full of fans. College game day there, like, it's not even enough seats for everyone. Like, that was probably one of the craziest experiences. And we played at Texas versus 100,000. Iowa State, when it's filled up, is crazy, but ours was a little different. The energy was a little different, and when they filled the whole stadium up, it's so loud in there. Like, it gets so loud, and it's one of those experiences that you like, this is what I came to college for. This is what I wanted to play college football for right here. So it really gets you energized, and it makes you feel like I'm really about to play a real big game because they don't sit down either. So it's really a live game.
That's cool. So preseason polls are what they are.
Yeah.
What do you make of being picked 9th?
It's just like disrespect. I just think it's disrespect and they're underestimating us, but it's nothing new to us. You know, we always been underestimated, the underdog. We might forever be the underdog, even if we beat, you know, a lot of teams where we have a really good season. Next year they're still gonna be an underdog because they're gonna always think it was a fluke. So I mean, I just think it's a disrespect, and you know, just put an extra chip on our shoulder.
All right, looking good in the suit. Appreciate
Yes,
the time. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Thank you.
When we come back, Jason Shepard sits down with Cincinnati's brand new coach and brand new quarterback. Welcome back to Behind the Mic. Coming up on a Friday night in late September, the Cougars will host fellow Big 12 newcomer Cincinnati. It's an exciting time for both schools, including the Bearcats head coach, Scott Satterfield, who was coaching at Louisville a year ago. Here is Shep sit down with Cincinnati skipper to talk about the move from the ACC to the Big 12 and what he's expecting from the BYU crowd.
Coach, not only coming into a brand new conference, everything about Cincinnati seems to be new, including yourself. Take me through all these changes and how you hope to put it all together in a real quick time frame.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind, to say the least. You know, get hired in December, and then all of a sudden now you got to build a whole staff out. So we did that, and then we were recruiting at the same time, trying to find some players to come in, you know, in the portal because we lost some guys. Put a class together, high school class. Of course, you go through spring practice, then you're in the portal again. You know, we're trying to fill some more gaps in. And then, this summer, the guys have been working really hard. I think that's where teams come together a lot of times in the summertime. You know, the training, the lifting, the running, the guys going out throwing the football and those type things. And really, but for us, it's really getting to know each other. You know, it's like a coaching staff getting to know each other along with our players and our, everybody's affiliated. You know, think about, athletic trainers, nutritionists, what strength coach, all the people, academic people, So trying to just learn the lay of the land and, figure out all those things. So, it's been great. And now we're going to a new league. You know, we're playing a bunch of teams we've never played before. I've never been a part of teams that have played these particular teams as well. So we get to go to BYU. I've never been, Provo. So, there's a lot of exciting things that's getting ready to happen.
Well, and look, everybody knows how good the Cincinnati program is. So the answer is probably obvious, but why was it the right fit for you?
Yeah, I think for me, a lot of reasons, but the fact that they were going to the Big 12, to a Power 5 conference. I'm coming from the ACC at Louisville, and and the fact that we're investing in our program. We're building a brand new indoor facility that will certainly be needed in the Big 12. Also a performance center where our football team is going to be housed. A locker room, weight room, all our offices, everything's going to be there. So the administration, our president, and our athletic director are awesome to work for. So there's a lot of different things. The city of Cincinnati is tremendous, and it's a blue collar, hard-working town. That's kind of my background that I've been a part of, and so I wanted to be a part of that.
You mentioned coming to BYU. That will be BYU's first conference home game. That place is going to be nuts that night. You said you'd never been to Provo. What do you know about BYU, whether it's this team specifically or just BYU in general?
I remember over the years following the team. I think Bronco Mendenhall was the head coach there many years, and always good football teams. I don't know a lot about it, but I know older players, good size, and mature guys, and always a tough team to play against, from what I've heard. And then I've talked to some people now that we're in the Big 12. We know we're coming out there. Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, when are you guys playing?" And we're like, "Okay, Friday night." They're like, "Oh, that's not good." That's not good. They said that crowd is going to be incredible. What an atmosphere it's going to be. We're looking forward to it. It is off a short week for us. We play Oklahoma, our first Big 12 game at home against Oklahoma, and then we have to travel 5 days later. That's going to be a tough trip. One that we know we're going to have to be ready to go in a short period of time. But we're excited about it. Beautiful, seeing the pictures. I've been out. I've traveled with my family out west. We flew into Salt Lake City and kind of stayed a night there, and then went up into Montana and did the Yellowstone and did a lot of things out there. So love the West, and we're excited about playing out there. I'm
going to assume you've had a chance to talk with Coach Satake. Do you have a prior relationship with Kalani?
I do not. Met him out in Phoenix at our spring meetings. A big fan of his. He does a lot. Man, the way he runs this program, got a tremendous amount of respect for him. Very nice guy. Great to talk to. We spent a short, couple of days together, but have a lot of respect for him and the way he runs his program. So I felt like that in this league. There's a lot of really good coaches, and he's one of them. And I'm excited about the 4 teams that we got coming into the Big 12. Because we're kind of in this thing together.
Yeah, we'll always be linked together.
Exactly. Yeah, these 4 teams coming in, and and so that's exciting. And I think we're all new to it, so we'll kind of go through this together, and we'll probably be able to bounce some new ideas and some things, conversation that we'll have about transitioning in.
Well, and we talked about all of the newness. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2 returning starters on offense. Is that accurate? 1 returning starter on offense. Boy, you have your.
I wish we had 2.
You have your work. But that's part. Not every. You're not going to. We take over a program. It's not always going to be like that, but sometimes it is, and it just means there's more opportunities, right?
Yeah, this day and age, particularly now with the transfer portal, Coach Fick did a tremendous job, and he's going to Wisconsin. And the wide receiver room, that's the one. We had 1 guy coming back that was on scholarship in the whole wide receiver room. Our 1 returning starter is the center. So we had to build a whole new team there on offense and to bring in some guys. But there's some guys that was on the roster before. This is their time. They're ready to rise up. And then we had to bring in some high school players and then also some transfer guys. So we're excited about what we're going to put on the field offensively. We're a spread offense. We're going to run the football. And, very similar to the way BYU runs their offense. Very similar scheme. So, a lot of new faces for our fans, but I think we'll be able to put a good product out there that'll be able to move the ball.
Talk to me about your quarterback. I had a chance to talk with him just a few minutes ago. Very impressive.
Yeah, Emory Jones. The thing I like about Emory is that, he's been there, done that. He was at Florida, played at a high level at Florida, coaching change there. He ends up going to Arizona State. Well, they go through another coaching change, and so now him coming to us, he's like, I just want to be around some coaches are going to be there, So that's going to be fun. But for me, it's the poise. He's a very mature, older guy. He can run, he can throw. I really like Emory a lot as a person as well. Kind of a quiet guy, very humble. But exciting player. And so, we got to distribute the football around with the guys around him, the wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs, and I think he'll be able to do that.
What do you want your defense to look like this year?
Yeah, I brought my defense coordinator in from Louisville, and last year at Louisville, we led the country in sacks and takeaways, and with 50 sacks last year. So we want to be an aggressive style defense. We're basing a 3-down, 4 linebackers, bringing people from all over the field. But we want it to be aggressive. We want to be good tacklers. We want to be physical. And keep the ball in front, not to give up the big plays, I think. So that's going to be the key. And Cincinnati's been known for defense. We've had great defenses in the past. We have a bulk of our team is back on defense, so that's good. But again, in this league, there's a lot of points scored. You got to be able to play great defense.
Well, and look, most of the teams that are coming in were picked towards the bottom. And look, I've interviewed enough coaches to know what the answer to this question is going to be. But how did you react to that?
Out of the 4 of us, 3 of us are picked toward the bottom, and Central Florida was a little bit higher. But in my opinion, we got 1 starter coming back on offense. So where are they going to put us? And here's the other thing: they don't know what BYU has. They don't know what Cincinnati or Houston or Central Florida. So these are new teams coming in. So. And I think the writers, obviously they're going to be more fond to the teams that have already been in the league. Right. So it makes sense. And they don't give out awards for preseason polls.
That's right.
So we don't want to be there at the end of the year. We want to be at the top. So we're going to use it as motivation. Sure. And compete at a high level. So and hopefully go out there and play some really good football.
Well, last thing for you, and I appreciate your time. I know you're new there at Cincinnati. But how rewarding has it been to watch your players be able to experience this and enjoy what this program is embarking on?
Yeah, it's just an excitement that you really don't get year in and year out, and I think you just feel it in the community and the school and walking on campus and everybody that you talk to, alumni. So there's just a great excitement. Hey, man, we're so pumped about going into this new league and playing all these new teams. We get to travel all these new places, and that's an excitement you don't get on a year-to-year basis. And so, we're just taking that all in right now and working hard, and can't wait to get started.
Well, I can tell you that LaVell Edwards Stadium, it's a sellout for that night, over 63,000. It's going to be fun. I can't do anything about the elevation, but we'll see what we can do about the weather. Can't wait to have you out there.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We can't wait.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Satterfield knows how to build programs. He took his alma mater, Appalachian State, from FCS to FBS and won 51 games in 5 years. and 3 bowl victories. The former Mountaineer QB is now going to mentor former 4-star recruit Emory Jones. Jones was 6-6 as a starter in his final season at Florida and only 1-6 last year at Arizona State. Shep sat down with Bearcat QB number 1 to talk about all the changes heading into this season.
So many new things with the Cincinnati program, you being one of them, obviously, but new head coach, new coordinators, new league. Talk to me about everything that's going on right now with Cincinnati Bearcat football.
I mean, you don't have a choice but to be excited about it all. I mean, for me, just now coming to Cincinnati, great place, great people, great city. You know, a crazy support for their players and their city. And that's going to the Big 12. You know, I mean, it's different. It's a bigger stage, bigger opportunities for us. But I mean, we knew that when we decided to do this. But so we just been putting in the work the whole offseason this summer to be prepared.
What does coming into the new league and everything surrounding that, the newness and looking to prove yourself, how appealing was that to you to be one of the guys leading this team into this new venture? Yeah, I mean, that was, a little deciding factor in me coming to Cincinnati, just knowing that I'm going to be on a bigger stage. We're coming up from the American Conference, so I know I got to come in and be a different type of leader, knowing, the conference that I played in the past, the SEC being the highest, I would say, just knowing the leadership ability that I have to bring onto this team and try to just help those guys get used to it. What type of offense do you expect? As we mentioned, obviously when you bring in a new head coach, you're usually going to get new coordinators. Mm-hmm. So what do you expect the offense to look like this year? I think
it's going to be dynamic, a very exciting offense. Coach Satterfield, he always has a very dynamic run game, an efficient run game, which also helps me and the passing game. But he definitely adapts to what your quarterback does best. I feel like I can throw the ball with some of the best of them. So, we definitely going to spin the ball, but, we're going to run the ball, too, which opens up a lot of opportunities. So
I know he hasn't been on the job very long, but what's he like as a coach and a guy?
Yeah, he's a laid-back guy, honestly. Probably one of the most laid-back guys I ever played with. But, he's hands-on. He's more of an offensive guy, so, he's in on our meetings. He's behind me, letting me know just certain things I need to look out for, different tips and stuff like that. But, he definitely, hands-on, so that's something I really look forward to and I'm excited about.
Any quarterbacks you like to emulate? Like, who do you pattern your game after?
I'm going to say my favorite quarterback is Aaron Rodgers, but who I try to, pattern my game after probably Deshaun Watson or, Lamar Jackson, both of those guys.
Yeah. Why those guys? Did you just fit your skill set better? Is that kind of why?
Yeah, and so me and Deshaun Watson, we actually have the same quarterback trainer. So I actually trained with him a lot over the past years, and just watching him play through college. And actually, I was training with him around those times, just seeing him go on Saturdays and go kill it. And I always looked up to him. And Lamar Jackson, that's just another guy that he's just crazy dynamic. Feel like we got some of the same type of skill set. So that's somebody I always look up to. Like
with Deshaun, being close to him and being able to have that relationship with him, seeing what it takes to get to the level that he's at probably makes you even hungrier, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Just seeing the different types of things that he can do and how hard he works and the different things that he does to be prepared for anything that can happen in a football game.
One of the cool things in being able to talk with you and your teammates is BYU's first home conference game will be against you guys. Right. So you guys are coming to Provo. Have you ever been to Utah, by the way?
I have not.
You have not been to Utah. So you ever seen mountains before?
Yeah, I've been to Colorado.
Yeah, there you go.
I was in Arizona.
Yeah,
that's right. So they got a couple mountains out there.
So maybe just a thought on BYU and some of the other schools that are coming in. What do you know about them? What do you like? Because you guys are, whether you want to or not, you guys are going to kind of be lumped together coming into the conference at the same time.
Yeah, BYU, I know they have a really big support system. Yeah. I heard it get really loud in there, so I'm excited about that. But Houston, it's Houston. They're always talented. They got some guys They can do a lot of different things. UCF, you know, I played them when I was at Florida, so I mean, they're very talented, a very dynamic team, and I mean, I'm just excited, honestly, just to be able to have the opportunity to go to the Big 12 and be on the big stage.
Appreciate the time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
One last bonus interview with UCF QB John Rhys Plumlee. The Golden Knights were the highest-ranked expansion team in the preseason media poll and were really good in their last season in the AAC. But Jason asked him what it would take to keep those good times rolling.
I think, UCF has been really good in years past.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of guys from Blake Bortles to Mackenzie Milton, all of those guys have been setting the standard of what UCF football is, right? And so we're just looking to continue that legacy of playing really good championship football. And so with the coaches that we have in place and the players that we have, I think we have the ability to do just that. With Coach Henshaw at OC, obviously Coach Malzahn running the ship, and Coach Addy on the defense side of the ball. We're really excited. It's going to be a really good year.
Well, look, and for obvious reasons, there's a lot on your shoulders, but I'm going to assume that you welcome that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I would have it no other way. If I wanted a different way, I'd be in the wrong business. I love it. I love the responsibility that comes with it, and I love being able to compete with my guys.
How good can the offense be this year?
I think we're going to be scary good. If we can stay healthy, last year I kind of got banged up a good bit towards the end of the season. If we can stay healthy, I think we're going to be a really, really talented offense.
So now let's talk about the big additions. Obviously UCF, 1 of 4, BYU, obviously part of it as well.
Yeah.
It's such an exciting time for these 4 schools to be able to experience this. What has this experience been like, knowing what's now in front of you in the program?
I think it's really, really exciting. I think you said it best yourself. I mean, super exciting for all 4 that are coming in, right? But I think we've all played really good football to get to this point. I don't think they just kind of hand these things out to anybody, right? I think we've all played really, really good football and kind of earned the opportunity to be at the Power 5 level. And with the Big 12, I think this conference, with the high caliber teams and the talent that's in this conference, it'll be a really, really good opportunity for us 4 newcomers coming in to showcase our abilities at the highest level.
What's the best part about playing quarterback for UCF?
Best part, the fans are really cool. And it being in Orlando, it's the bounce house is a special place, and I can't say enough good things about how much energy is in that stadium. But the fan base itself, like after games, getting to the little guys that run up to you that want to be just like you when they grow up, it's really, really special. And I think it's something that I'll cherish forever.
That's awesome. Great job. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Heck
Thanks.
yeah, guys.
Thanks to Jason for all the interviews, and we'll have more of those next week. Download and subscribe to Behind the Mic wherever you find podcasts, or listen to all episodes on the BYU Radio app. Behind the Mic is a production of BYU Radio.